Alright, YouTube. Hello, it's me again, back with voiceovers, and I know that I said I would be doing voiceovers again, and I am. So, this isn't really that unexpected. Just as a fun fact for you guys, for this one I used the actress, I believe her name is Tao Okamoto, or Okamoto? Yes, I'm gonna link to her in the description if I remember it, because she is a graceful Japanese woman, and that was what I was going for. So this is the second to last flower girl, actually, and this is for the Sakura flower, and I honestly think that that's a pretty fair name to give to a person. I think Sakura is used as a name in Japanese culture. At least that's what I've been able to tell. Anyone who is more versed in Japanese culture, please do let me know. But as of right now, her name is Sakura Akiyama. Akiyama. My gosh, you would never be able to tell that I've sung in Japanese before because I have mush mouth. That's probably just a today thing though, because I'm exhausted and I didn't record a voiceover as early as I wanted to for this one, so I'm kind of running out of steam. I know that one of the things that I really wanted to do was to capture a likeness on an angle that I hadn't drawn that much of before, where this is sort of a 3/4 angle, but also not. One of the things that was very important to me when I was tackling the Flower Girl series in total was to draw from different ethnicities and with different skin tones and face shapes and eye shapes and nose shapes, and to help me practice diversifying my faces. And that was one of the things that I really wanted to focus on. So I thought a lot about the different origins of the flowers that I used, and obviously when you think of cherry blossoms or sakura flowers, you think of Japan, because they're a pretty huge thing in Japan. I have a friend, actually, who lived in Japan for a couple of years, I think it was, or maybe it was a year and change, but she used to talk about the festivals and watching the sakura flowers come into bloom, and about how just beautiful and amazing and how culturally expressive that whole time was for her. So I really kind of leaned into that feeling to try to create something of a graceful and just, like, not necessarily ethereal, but a very elegant look to this drawing, to this figure. And I wanted to lean into her heritage, but I ended up kind of messing up the skin tone a little bit, and I had to go back in and pink it out a little bit. I think one of the misconceptions I tended to have for a long time about people of Asian descent was that they had more strong yellow undertones, but I'm not noticing that as much, sorry, hiccup, when I actually draw them. So I think I overestimate the yellow undertones in their skin because of kind of the stereotypical cartoons and images that I grew up with, and that's something I'm trying to kind of desensitize myself from, and something I'm trying to get past, because I want to draw more inclusive and accurate figures, and the only way I'm going to do that is by using copious amounts of references and admitting that I'm not perfect. Because I'm not. I've never been, and that's good. I don't think I should be perfect. Anyway, this got really off topic. For the colors for this one, I wanted to really lean into that dark accent color that you have with, like, the sakura branch. Yeah, branch. It's a branch. On the trees. So I used sort of that color for her hair and her eyes to create really stark, dark areas in this drawing as far as contrast is concerned. And then here I am. I think like I said, I started with a little bit too much yellow. And what I'm actually doing here is I'm trying to create the image or the feeling that her shirt is sort of mesh. because in the reference that I was looking at, she was, the actress Tao Okamoto, I'm gonna keep calling her, was wearing like this beautiful dark like embroidered dress where it was the embroidery that was covering her and everything else was this super fine black mesh, and I wanted to emulate that a little bit in my tiny scrap of clothing that you can see her in, but I don't know that I accomplished it as well as I wanted to. Ultimately, I think it just, you can't really tell, and it just looks like her shirt is closer to her skin tone in terms of color, and that's fine. It's a learning experience, but I was a little disappointed that I didn't get it as close as I wanted to having that effect. One of the things that I really worked on throughout the Flower Girl series was trying to figure out texture, and that's something I'm still working on in my current art and the series that comes after this one. Not that you heard that from me. But I tried to add a little bit of texture and to make things look more vivid and real, but I struggled with it quite a bit, actually. And I struggled with getting everything to look right. And here I'm trying to use a textured brush to add more of that sort of thin mesh texture that the fabric had in the reference, but it didn't turn out the way I wanted it to. And it's disappointing, but it's a learning experience and I will get over it. Yeah. Also, while I have you guys here, I will be dropping a poll here and on my Instagram because I don't know what I'm actually going to do for like the final Flower Girl showcase. And I had a couple of different thoughts about things that I could do for the different Flower Girls as my sort of final thoughts video. I had a couple of different thoughts, which is going to probably mean that I can really only accurately do a poll on YouTube, but that's okay. So, option number 1, in my eyes, is that I could do a group shot, kind of like I did with the Zodiac girls, where I took all of the different Sims that I made as Zodiacs and I turned it into one large group photo, and something like that. But it would force me to create more of an outfit for all of the girls, which I'm not complaining, could be a good thing. It would also force me to redraw them, which, again, not a bad thing. It would force me to be more consistent. So that's one possibility. Option 2, I was thinking, is a similar vein, but where I would be drawing them each individually and designing a full body outfit for them. But admittedly, I'm not super confident in my ability to do full bodies yet, but that might be a reason to make me do it, honestly, because at the end of the day, I need to do more full body stuff. And my laptop just died that I'm watching this recording back on, so that's a fun, lovely tidbit. I have no idea what I'm watching now. But oops. Option 3, as far as I see it, is just to do like a sort of slideshow of sorts where I go back through the footage and I pick out the pictures of the various Flower Girls and talk about them. And it would be more of a listening type video than a watching type video, I would imagine. But a lot of people do that on my channel anyway, I'm told, where they just listen to what I say and don't usually watch the speed paint part. So if that's something you're fine with and that's something you would prefer, then awesome. I have a couple of other thoughts running around, but if you have any ideas for what you would like to see me do for the sort of final hurrah to the Flower Girl series, please do let me know in the comments and follow me on Instagram. And if you have any cool ideas, feel free to DM me on Instagram or Twitter. I would love to say that I respond to Twitter consistently. I'm not the best at responding on Twitter, but that's mostly because I'm a Twitter noob. Has nothing to do with me not wanting to hear you guys and everything to do with me sucking at social media. So that's a thing, but I'm going to be leaving a poll at the end of this video in the little I tab thingy. I'm going to try and put that here if I remember the timestamp, which I might not. And I'm going to put that there. In the last couple of minutes that I have with you guys, I want to ask yet another thing of you guys. What do you want to see from me in the future? Because obviously I do have another series coming up after the Flower Girls that is kind of reminiscent of the Flower Girls but with a twist. And as much as I love doing the Flower Girl videos and doing the very themed video styles, I do also want to include more sort of diverse videos where if someone doesn't want to watch me draw another flower girl, or in this case the next type of person that I'm going to be creating, if they don't want to watch that, then they have content spread out every so often so that they have something that they can watch too. I'm thinking I'm going to do another short story video here soon in the vein of Saltwater Dreams, and there's actually sequels to Saltwater Dreams in terms of short story, so I'm probably going to be reading those on this channel as well, even though I never intended to create sequels, but that is a story for another day. And that'll probably be a mini video all on its own that I will post alongside the sequels. So I think I'm going to leave this voiceover here for this one, and I hope that you guys have loved this video, and I hope you guys are glad I'm back, because I'm glad to be back, and I'm glad to be here. So I hope you have a good morning, evening, afternoon, nighttime time of day, and I will catch you guys in the next video. If you're subscribed, which you should be, you should hit that like button, and you should go into the comments, and you should comment things, because it lets me know what you guys want and what you guys like, and any constructive criticism that you have, and I really just like responding to you guys. So please engage me. I want to know. I want to know what you have to say. So that is all from me, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.